I am bold, and I will speak clearly so others may hear what I have to say.
Why, thank you. Good day to you.
Good day to you too, Bashar. Bashar,
Yes.
first and foremost, I want to say thank you for what you're doing here, and also thank Darryl Anka for channeling you through him.
It is our pleasure. It is his pleasure. You are our pleasure.
Bashar, I've recently learned about you this year
Yes.
through watching YouTube videos.
Oh, all right.
It really resonated with me, all the videos that I watched of you.
That would be the reason I would assume you're probably here. If
Yes.
it hadn't, you'd be somewhere else, and that's okay too.
Yes, I've followed my greatest excitement.
Why, thank you. I am following mine too. What a coincidence that we both share so much in common.
Bashar, I was
Yes.
wondering if you can assist me.
I am assisting you. But remember that I'm assisting you to assist yourself, yes?
Say that again, I'm
I
sorry.
am assisting you to assist yourself, yes?
Yes.
That's what I'm assisting you with. Learning how to assist yourself.
Thank
Becoming
you.
self-empowered. So
Thank
I am assisting you. In what way would you like us to reflect to you what you already know to be true?
Bashar, 11
Yes?
years ago, when I was 22 years old,
Yes.
I started to lose hair.
Oh, all right.
And
Where did you lose it? Under the couch? Do you need to hire a hair hound to find it?
no,
Oh, all right.
actually, at that age,
Yes.
I kind of panicked.
Why?
And
I was born with no hair and never had any. The males in our society have no hair. Ever.
Well, that's one of my questions. Why is there hair loss?
Well, for a variety of reasons. Everything has an energetic reason, which translates into a physiological reason. But sometimes it is part of the overall theme that you're exploring, and sometimes it's simply allowed to be what is in physical reality, because by choosing that particular incarnation, it was simply something that you didn't even really care about at the time when you chose it, because you knew it would be inconsequential to the idea of your path. So it didn't really matter. Nevertheless, it can be a sign and a reflection of many things, both positive and negative. What do you prefer it to be? Positive or negative?
Positive.
Well, then there's no cause for panic, is there?
Absolutely not.
All right, so?
Well, at that age, I did panic, and I begged
All
my
right.
parents.
But you are now a different age.
Yes, I am a different age now.
So you are no longer panicked?
I am no longer panicked, but
Then why are we having this conversation? Why are we having this conversation about it?
well, I got a hair transplant at the age of 22,
Oh, all right, and
and
how's it working out for you?
I regretted it the day I got it, and I
All
knew
right.
it would be one of my biggest mistakes.
Well, again, you have learned something. Many people on your planet will refine the understanding of what they prefer by first experiencing something they don't by comparison. So they have more clarity about what they do prefer.
Yes,
You can shave it off, can't you?
yes, I can.
Well,
Yes.
so not such a big deal, is it?
Well, there's kind of shame in
Why?
having a scar on the back of my head, and
Yes.
it-
Why
it-
is it shame as opposed to pride in having discovered something that works for you?
well, it reeks of insecurity, superficialness.
That's what you're saying. Why are you defining it that way? Don't you know how many women on your planet love scars? And think it's very manly to have a scar? Don't you know that?
I have yet to meet one.
But you know why you have yet to meet one? Because you're defining it as something shameful.
Yes, this is where I need your help.
Well, I just gave you the answer. Why would you want to attract someone who has the same definition of shame that you do? So when you change the definition and you relax the idea of what you think other people will think of you, and when you stop thinking of yourself in a negative way and stop berating yourself and negatively judging yourself for the actions that you take and chalk it up to, oh, well, that was an interesting adventure, so what? Then you will attract individuals who will also have the same attitude. Who cares? Really, who cares? Who cares that you would care about? There may be people who care. There may be people who look at it as a shameful thing. Oh, ooh, that was terrible. Oh my God, that's horrible. But those aren't the people you really want to hang out with, is it? Is it?
No, it's not.
So why be bothered by that? Why not simply know that if you treat yourself with respect in this matter, that there will other people come along who will treat you that same way? Why not focus on that reality? Why give in to definitions you don't prefer about it, and thus continue to experience effects that you don't prefer about it? Are you harebrained?
I'm sorry, harebrained?
Yes. You understand the term in your language, harebrained? A harebrained scheme, a crazy scheme, harebrained.
Harebrained.
It's a term in your language.
It's my first time hearing
All
it.
right. Look it up. But the idea is that you're focusing on the idea of the hare, and you're focusing on the idea of loss and all these other negative definitions about it.
I like to end it here. I like to finish it here right now.
Finish it. It's finished. Do what you want. Shave it off, grow it again, have it redone another way. It's up to you. It really is. It only matters how you perceive yourself in all of these explorations. These explorations are giving you an opportunity to understand that you have negative definitions about yourself. You understand?
Yes, yes.
So this experience has illuminated for you how many negative definitions you have about yourself.
Yes.
Isn't that a beautiful thing to discover so that you can let them go?
Absolutely.
Then your hair has served you well.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Well, can you let it go?
Yes, I let it go.
All right. Well,
Let it
thank you.
Bashar,
Now,
I've
you
one-
just had an entire audience of people applaud you on this subject. Does that give you some understanding that it's possible?
Absolutely.
All
yes.
right. Thank you.
Bashar,
Yes.
my next question has to do with cannabis.
Yes.
in
We've
one of-
already been talking about this to some degree.
Yes, in your videos you say that when you're smoking of cannabis that you don't need to smoke, where you can get
I
to
just
that.
said it again tonight. The teachers teach you how to feel, how to recognize a particular frequency vibration that allows you to explore other dimensional levels. Once that has been instilled within you, once you believe you understand it, once you believe you get it, you can generate the energy yourself and you no longer need the teacher. Continuing to think you need the teacher beyond the timing you actually need the teacher is called addiction. Because what you're doing is saying, I always need this, and then it doesn't become a teacher, it becomes a crutch. And it becomes a reflection of the idea that you're not self-empowered. And that's not what the teachers are designed to do. They're designed to let you know that if you can experience that vibration, you have that ability to create that vibration within you, or you could never have had that experience regardless of what you inhaled. You understand?
Yes.
So, if you understand it, if you finally get it, all right, once, twice, 3 times the charm, as you say, by then the idea is that you know what that feels like. You can generate that energy just by remembering what that feels like. And as soon as you understand that that's the same thing as being in the state, then you can act from that state and you will have applied the lessons of the teacher instead of constantly going back to school. Haven't you graduated this class yet? The teacher says. I taught you 6 years ago in this class. Why haven't you graduated to the next class? Why are you hanging around, still reading the same textbook over and over and over again? Get out of here. Yes?
Yes.
Does that help you?
Yes, thank you.
Why, thank you.
Bashar, one last thing.
You said that was the last.
I'm sorry. Did I just one last thing, Bashar?
Okay, but just one.
Yes. On November 30th
Yes.
of this year, I watched one of your videos where you talk about Mozart,
Yes.
Symphony 7, Movement 2, I believe. First 3 minutes of that part.
Yes, but it wasn't Mozart.
I'm sorry, Beethoven.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I was listening to that on YouTube. There's a 30-minute loop of it.
Yes. And?
And well, while I was meditating, you said to wash away all emotions, all negativity that you have,
Yes.
and whatnot.
It's a permission slip.
Yes.
If it works for you, wonderful. If it doesn't, that's fine too.
And so I meditated to that,
Yes.
and I experienced so many different emotions. I was crying, and
That's good.
and then I was laughing
That's
hysterically.
good too.
And then my head was kind of moving back and forth.
Yes.
And my hand was also moving like this, like a conductor in an orchestra.
Yes.
And
when are you going to say something unexpected?
And then I became Beethoven.
Yes. You aligned with that frequency and understood the intention of the creation of that music.
Yes. And ever since that, I can't stop listening to music. And I
Oh,
bought a
that's horrible.
No, it's
What a tragedy. I feel so sad for you. My goodness. How can you stand it? Must be sheer torture. Well, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for aligning with the music of the spheres and something that is far more representative of your natural, true vibration. Each of you is a song, a beautiful song. Sing that song to yourself.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Tadeo.
Nania!
We have a question from our Ustream listeners.
All right.
And that question is, can you speak more on the comet Ison and what happened with that comet?
Well, it's still happening. It is still in its trajectory around the sun, close to your planet, relatively speaking. And again, the idea is that whatever magnitude of brightness it may display can be, again, a permission slip symbol of the raising of the frequency of your collective consciousness more and more and more. It is a representation of timing in that sense. And oh, by the way, it's a comet. Thank you. It's not a spaceship or anything like that. It's a comet. But the idea is it's a symbolic representation of your collective consciousness to show you the timing of the year of transformation and to give you an understanding by its reflection of how much you have changed vibrationally. In that sense, it's like sending off sparklers or lighting your birthday candle. So the idea thus then is to take solace and assurance from the understanding that it's a reflection of how much you've changed and how bright you are shining now.
Yippee.
Kaye.
I'm thinking that on that uplifting note,
Yes.
that maybe it's time to have the holotope experience.
Then we will allow you a very short break and we will continue with the holotope meditation when we retransmit. Enjoy a short break.
I see a massive rush to, not everyone has to go right away. If you like your seat, you know. Okay, so whatever you all want. So who would like to go first?
Hello?
And a you good day.
I had a question.
Yes.
I was doing some like basic math with phi ratio, and times
Yes.
128, and it came really close to the Uranus frequency when it's in the audible hearing.
Yes.
Is there any correlation to that?
Yes, of course. The idea is that you're allowing the vibration that leads you into deep mystery to discover hidden things within yourself. That's what that reflection is representative of in the collective consciousness of your planet.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I guess so.
You guess so.
Yeah.
Is that another way of saying not really?
Well, I was thinking the whole energy of Uranus. I feel like there's even some correlation with the Earth frequency. It's like
Well, there's
flip
always
side.
correlation with everything that reflects back to you. Of course, there has to be. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be aware that the frequency exists if there was no correlation. So yes, there has to be. The Earth vibration has to have some representative feedback to that vibration in order for you to be able to take advantage of the reflection. So yes, of course. But the point is it symbolically, archetypally represents a specific frequency that has to do with revealing hidden mysteries within your consciousness.
Okay.
Does that make more sense?
Yeah, that should be good.
Yes?
Yes.
All right. Anything else?
I think that should be it.
You sure?
I can't think of anything at the moment.
Oh, all right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Thank you. You as well. I'd first like to just express my gratitude.
All right.
Very kind and compassionate that you share with us your
Deep
ideas.
appreciation to you as well.
Yes. Thank you. So I'll start by making a few statements.
Please.
I play poker. And
all right.
It's very exciting for me. I very much
Yes.
enjoy that.
All
And
right.
had a few experiences recently while playing where it really seems as if so basically I had an understanding of how thoughts turn to things. Like people often speak of how you create your own reality with your thoughts, and
Yes, not so much your thoughts, but your beliefs. Your thoughts
Okay.
are actually secondary to that. They are a reflection of what you believe to be true in your definitions, but we understand that that can be a shorthand.
okay, so the beliefs are at the center, so to speak, and the thoughts and the physical manifestations come thereafter.
Yes.
Okay.
Although, again, not always in the way that you may think. Because you don't always know exactly what the best possible way is for that manifestation to occur that really serves you. Sometimes you think you know the best way, but that's not always the case. You have to just let it come in the way that actually serves you. You have to know that whatever does happen is what needed to happen at that moment to take you through whatever process actually will get you where you really need to be.
That is well said. I've also had some experiences like that,
Yes.
I think. Cool. Yeah, so what I was going to touch on was while playing poker, I've had the experience of seeing how my vibrational state, which I guess I equated to what my thoughts were in that moment, which
Yes.
may not have exactly been that, but
That's all right.
yeah, it was interesting to see how just this, there's like a very delicate balance
Oh,
of
yes.
how to be in, I guess what you've coined the term of the balance point.
Yes.
And how that actually results in me having the results that I would like to have.
Conditions.
Yes, okay.
It can often do that, but you can't insist on it. Otherwise, you're not in the balance point.
True. I've also had losing experiences in poker, you know, losing at the game where I was still in that balance point.
Yes. And
And-
you can still learn something from that.
Yeah, and I did, and that was
All right.
also quite profound.
Yes, it is.
But I'd be lying to myself if I said that I didn't prefer to win. That's,
A preference is one thing,
yeah, and insistence is something else.
and insistence is something else.
Yeah.
Insistence is resistance.
Yes, that's
Preference
well said.
is just a neutral observation of what is more aligned with your frequency. That's all. So there doesn't need to be any insistence with it because it's the natural thing that aligns with you. It is a neutral preference. You don't really have any judgment on it as to the idea of how the manifestation needs to occur, because you simply know that whatever is happening is actually part of your preference, even if it looks like it's not. You see, sometimes people will manifest things they don't prefer, but that may be there for a good reason. And therefore, manifesting something you don't prefer may actually be what you prefer because of what it will teach you.
Yes.
You understand?
Absolutely.
If nothing else, sometimes manifesting what you don't prefer will give you more clarity by contrast to what you do prefer. And that's a more positive way to use what you don't prefer. Yes?
Yes, I agree entirely with that.
Oh, all right. And so the balance point that you are talking about and allowing yourself to remain in that balance point is what actually gives you, to use your own terminology, the best possible poker face.
Well said. Yeah, so...
Because then nobody knows what you're thinking. Because you almost aren't thinking at all.
Yes, there's...
So the best way to prevent people from knowing what you're thinking is to stop thinking.
It's hard to argue with. I'd have to agree.
This is taking the game to a whole new level.
It is. I've really felt that way over the recent past, but this is, I guess, an affirmation of kind of already what I've sort of experienced. I didn't, I suppose, need an affirmation, but I just thought it would be a fun thing to share with you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything else?
Yes. So I had a really fascinating experience. I drank ayahuasca a couple weeks ago. And
talk about playing poker.
I'm not sure I catch the reference.
Well, it's not in the negative sense a gamble, but you are allowing a lot of other beings to see your cards.
Okay.
Yes?
Well, I kind of had assumed they were benevolent, so I wasn't really that concerned.
Oh, yes. I'm not saying or suggesting that they're not.
Yeah. No, there was definitely some cards being turned up, to say the least. So I want to share one thing in particular, but before I get to that, I'll just say that the main message I received was basically just to not be ashamed to be human. I thought that
why
was...
should you be? Yes.
Well, exactly. But it kind of took that experience to allow me to realize that there was some sense of shame.
Yes.
And
for many people on your planet, they are ashamed of being who they are, whether that means human or the personalities that they deem themselves to be, all of which are nothing but projections anyway.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
On discarding that one.
that was a good fun. So the thing I found especially interesting was at one point in the night, I got up to use the restroom.
Yes.
And in the dimly lit restroom, when I went to the sink to wash my hands, I looked in the mirror and I saw my own reflection, and it kind of hit me in that moment what you'd mentioned in a previous transmission about looking in the mirror and seeing a parallel reality version of yourself that isn't actually you, it's someone slightly different.
Yes.
And it felt very apparent to me in that moment without having previously thought about this idea that that's what that was.
Yes.
And that was really cool. And I kind of like looked and smiled at quote unquote myself.
Yes.
And I just knew there was some like subtle difference. I couldn't tell quite what it was, but I felt like that other individual also felt the same way. It was very interesting.
You can create that kind of a reflection which can amplify itself back and forth and allow both you and the parallel version of you to shift in a very accelerated way from that point forward. You can use it that way.
Yeah, I feel that something along those lines may have occurred. I very much enjoyed that experience. It was
all right. Thank you for your creation
grateful.
of it.
Yeah, I'm grateful for that.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of right now. I very much enjoy interacting with you. It's a lot of fun, but I'm not sure I have really anything else worth sharing right now.
That's all right. You don't have to.
Yeah,
Everything you have already shared makes you, in our opinion, a 5-card stud.
Cool. Well, thank you very much.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
So my question is about how to balance my logical mind with my emotional mind.
Yeah.
Because I seem to
IQ with EQ.
I seem to get out of balance either.
You seem to?
Yeah.
Or do you choose to? Which way feels more self-empowered?
Choosing.
Because if you're choosing to be out of balance, at least you know you're in control of that and can change it. When you say, well, I seem to be, you're giving up your power to some random concept that doesn't allow you to know that there is any probability of really changing that. So the first step in changing it is to admit and take responsibility for having chosen it, because then you're in power to change it. Now, you may not know why you chose it, that's fine. But it will be in your unconscious mind somewhere a definition that made it seem logical to choose that. That's what we have described before as the motivational mechanism within all of you. This is a given law. You will always, always, always move in the direction of what you believe to be in your best interest. You will always immediately and automatically move away from what you believe is not in your best interest. So if you can see yourself choosing things that you know are not in your best interest, and you understand the motivational mechanism we've just described, that can only mean that you must be making what is in your best interest seem to not be, or what is not in your best interest seem to be. That's the only reason you would choose something that's not in your best interest, is you have a definitional belief attached to it that makes it seem to be better than the alternative. You understand? Because if people, for example, are afraid to move ahead on their excitement because they have a belief that something bad will happen to them, and they believe that not moving is a safer bet, they will stay where they are. They will keep choosing the safer bet because they have attached to their excitement a negative definition of the outcome. So you'll avoid it at all costs. When you realize that that may be the kind of definition you've attached to it, you will realize that doesn't make sense. It's illogical. And as soon as you realize there's no reason to attach a negative definition to your excitement, then that definition is gone. And you can start choosing things that you know are in your best interests. Because you will have cleared out the definitions that would make it seem otherwise. Is this making some sense?
It is making some sense.
Can you apply it to any specific definitions within you that would allow you to choose things you know are not necessarily in your best interest?
I guess I would have to become more conscious of all my choices.
I guess so. Well, let me ask you this question, because again, this is usually the one for your people that will typically, not always, but typically reveal what the definition is, the fear-based definition is. And the question is, if you were to actually move forward on your passion in life, what are you afraid might happen? What are all the reasons you create for yourself to not move in the direction of your preference, of your excitement, of your passion?
Running out of money.
Running out of money. Oh, all right. Are you saying that that's not an exciting thing? It could be. It could be the best thing that ever happened to you. How do you know?
That's a good point.
Thank you.
It could be.
You see, this goes back to what we say about your definitions, because we understand how things work on your world in general. But the idea is that many of you become way too focused on one particular way in which things work when there are other ways. And you're not allowing your definition to be broad enough to include the other ways. When you focus only on one symbol of abundance, such as money, not invalidating it, not discounting it at all, but it's only one symbol. There are other symbols of abundance, other symbols of support. But when you only focus on one as if that's the most important one, you are closing the doors through which other forms of support and abundance could come, because you're saying you won't recognize them. If it's not this, I can't be supported. I don't understand how I could possibly be supported if it doesn't come in this form. That's a very limiting and restrictive belief system. But when you understand that abundance is simply one of the natural tools of excitement, and it will bring you whatever form of abundance and support you need to continue to act on your excitement, then you can relax your definition and open all the windows and doors and let abundance come in all its forms. Sometimes somebody may just give you something. That's a form of abundance, you know. Mm-hmm. Yes?
Yes.
Sometimes synchronicity will bring you information that you need at exactly the right time. That's a form of abundance, you know.
Yes.
So why not let more forms of abundance come into your life rather than worrying that you might lose one particular form?
That
Yes?
sounds like a good idea.
Why, thank you. The idea is that if money needs to be there, then the right amount of money will come, but it may not be sufficient to allow for the big picture, but the rest of the other forms of abundance will fill the other spaces. So that sometimes it may be, well, you just need this much money, and you need this much gift, and you need this much synchronicity, and all together, you've got your support. Mm-hmm. If it needs to be all money, that's what will come, because that will be the path of least resistance. But your first clue that it might not be the path of least resistance is, it's not coming. That's your moment to look around and go, could there be other forms of abundance that I could allow in? That's where your imagination opens up. Because when you're on the level of the vibration of your passion, you will actually be capable of thinking, of imagining other things that might bring other forms of abundance in. But if you're only focused on one form, you are actually not only closing the door to other forms of abundance, you're closing the doors in your imagination to being even capable of imagining how other forms of abundance could come to you. So you will not even conceive of opportunities you could be acting on that could give you everything you need, because you will not allow them to be visible, because you're not in the correct frequency. Mm-hmm. You cannot perceive what you're not the vibration of first. This is just physics. Mm-hmm. You have to be that frequency first. And when you are, all sorts of things that are commensurate with that frequency will come to you. You'll think of things. Other people might call the things you imagine crazy, but that doesn't mean they won't work for you. They don't have to work for them. They just need to work for you. Mm-hmm. Is this making some sense?
Definitely.
Is this helping?
A lot.
All right. Anything else?
So do you think it would be wise to just follow my highest excitement and not be concerned with societal expectations?
Let me think about that for a moment. Please understand this. The philosophies you think are what you're hearing are not philosophies. We're actually giving you, literally, an instruction manual for how reality works. We're literally giving you formulas. You follow?
Yes.
It is no different when we say, act on your highest passion every moment that you can, to the best of your ability, taking it as far as you can until you can take it no further, with zero insistence or assumption as to what the outcome ought to be. That is literally an energy formula. It is physics. It's an instruction manual. It will activate everything you need. It will leave nothing out. It will give you all the tools in the kit of excitement, because it's a complete kit, and nothing relevant will be left out. And all you have to do is remain in a positive state no matter what happens, and you will get the beneficial effect. This is an instruction manual, absolutely no different at all than if someone gave you an instruction manual to operate a piece of machinery, to learn how to drive one of your automobiles. You would say, the instructions say, find the key. Oh, this must be the key. There's a picture of it. Yes, looks just like it. Put it in the slot called the ignition. Oh, all right. Put it in. Turn it this way. Turn it this way. The engine will start. Yes, I hear it started. Now, step on the brake. Step on the brake. That's that one according to the instruction manual. Put the car in gear. Okay, that must mean this thing here. And now step on the gas. The car should move. Oh, yes, it's doing that. Why is it doing all of that? Because I followed the instruction manual. Simple as that. What we are giving you is literally a description of how reality works. It's literally an instruction manual. So if you actually do it as precisely as you can, like you would for any instruction manual, you will see that reality is already working. The instruction manual we're giving you doesn't mean it's not working. The instruction manual we're giving you is giving you an opportunity to experience that it already works in a positive way for you instead of a negative way. Because synchronicity is always working, but you can experience negative synchronicity or positive synchronicity. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, if you really understand that this is an instruction manual and you just follow the instructions just as you would with any machine, you will see it's that simple. It works. Mm-hmm. Does that help?
Yes.
Does that answer your question?
It does. Can I ask one more question?
That was a question. You want to ask another one?
One more.
Yes.
What if you follow the instruction manual and follow your highest excitement and you end up in a less than preferable state?
Thank you for bringing that up. You see, this, as you have just said it, is the absolute crux of the issue that all of you have difficulty with. When you say, if I follow my excitement, what if something less than exciting happens? What you have to realize is what you've just said is not a definition of excitement. It's a different definition. You follow me? To say, I am acting on my excitement, but something can happen that's not representative of my excitement is not a definition of your excitement. By definition, when you are in your excitement, nothing can happen that you don't find exciting, even if it's what you don't prefer. You find it exciting because you know that to stay in that state means you will extract the benefit from it. So to say something bad can happen when I'm acting in my excitement, when I'm in my state of excitement, is an oxymoron. It's a contradictory definition. It's not a definition of excitement. It's a definition of a completely different reality experience. The reality experience of, I think I'm acting in my excitement, but I find out I'm not. That's the definition you just gave me. It's not a definition of excitement. So that's why it's so important to be clear about your definitions. Your definitions have to be purely representative of the state that we're talking about, or they're not that state. Your definitions will be only commensurate with whatever state is reflective of the definition you're creating. And that's a different state and a different reality experience altogether. Mm-hmm. Yes?
Yes.
Is that making some sense?
Yes. I guess what happened is I followed my excitement and then I
Didn't get what you preferred.
didn't get what I preferred.
But why should you? That's what I'm saying. You see, when we talk again about acting on your passion, it has to be done for its own sake, not because of what you think is supposed to happen. Because, as I said, sometimes you will get things that objectively, neutrally, you may recognize are not things you prefer. But you have to know it's there for a positive reason if you're actually in a positive state. If you don't know it's there for a positive reason, you're not in a positive state.
I understand.
You have to know that no matter how it looks, no matter how it was created, no matter what anyone else's opinion is about it, you, by staying in a positive state, can only extract a positive and beneficial effect from that circumstance, from that manifestation. The bottom line is, it doesn't matter what happens. It only matters what you do with what happens. Mm-hmm. That's what matters. Matter. That's what matters. The circumstance doesn't create the material. The state of being does. Mm-hmm. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right. We'll see.
We will. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All of these concepts and all of these instructions in the instruction manual are actually very simple. Once you get the hang of it, once you practice, once you wrap your mind around understanding them as a literal instruction manual, it will not seem complicated at all.
Good day to you, Bashar.
And good day to you.
First, I'm excited to be here, and I appreciate the opportunity. It feels like this was synchronicity that I needed at this point. I'm
Yes.
experiencing a really challenging period in my life.
Congratulations. How exciting. Challenges are representative of the themes you chose to explore in this life. Challenges don't have to be negative. Challenges can be defined as fun.
Part of what I'm thankful for is the fact that over time I learned that sort of attitude from your teachings.
Yes.
But this particular challenge I'm having
Yes.
is not something that I'm finding.
Well, would you care to share some specifics?
My best friend and partner for my entire adult life
Yes.
committed suicide.
All right. Because?
She spiraled out of control.
Because?
I think that's part of what I'm asking for your...
Because she was never given the tools to understand how self-empowered she was. Do you understand?
I tried to bridge that gap with her, and we
Yes.
made some friends who seemed to be synchronistically drawn to us at the time when
Yes.
we would need that kind of support.
But it wasn't enough.
It did not.
Understand that when people are not raised understanding the tools, they also may not have the tool to understand the tools. In other words, they simply have created a reality where they make it incapable of learning the tools. That can be one of the things that they've learned,
Right.
is you can't learn anything else.
Yeah, that was, she was
All
pretty stuck.
All right. But you understand now she's not. She is a free spirit and understands now the dynamics that happened in the life and understands how to add that knowledge to her spiritual growth. Yes? You understand that she's okay now.
I struggle with that.
Why? What are your beliefs about the idea of transitioning into spirit?
So people have told me different things. I've heard
Yes,
that
such as?
people who commit suicide are stuck in a karmic loop where they have to resolve the thing that they refuse to acknowledge.
Excuse me, you can't hear it, but I'm laughing. That is an idea that someone can choose to experience, but it's not an automatic thing. It's only based on whatever the strongest beliefs are of the person who made the transition. Now, let's give the most extreme scenario in, let's just say, religious terms, because that's something relatively familiar to most of you.
Right.
Many people feel that, all right, I've been a bad person, and when I die, I'm going to go to hell.
Sure.
Understand that in spirit, physical materiality, while it sort of can still be experienced in some way, is not really physical in the way you understand physicality. And time and space are much more flexible than what you experience in your physical life.
Sure.
So even if someone crossed over and found themselves standing in the fires of hell, the instant they went, oh, I really don't prefer this at all, they would be out of it. Because there's no time lag in spirit. And that instant transition to something different would be the first lesson in understanding that it's their choice to create their reality as they see fit. So while your friend may have, at first, experienced a little bit of a jolt of whatever the belief systems were that made it seem to be the logical choice to take her life, the instant she realized that that was not necessarily something she preferred, she'll experience something completely different. And most everyone will go through what you classically call life review. There's no judgment on it. You just automatically understand all the things and all the choices and all the consequences of the choices, and you, in a sense, sort of re-experience them, but from a different point of view, a little bit more of a detached point of view. It's kind of like sort of being given a refresher lesson about what happened and what you chose and what you did with it. But there's no judgment on it. You will understand, all right, well, I made some choices that weren't necessarily to my benefit in the way that they could have been, but I can still learn from that, and I can still grow from that, and therefore it's okay. And when people get into spirit, one of the first things they experience is they really don't want any of you to worry that they're not okay, because they are okay. They really are. You follow?
I follow that she's okay. I don't feel okay.
Well, I know, but that's only because of your definitions of what's going on. So the idea is to remove the limitations from your own definitions so that you understand that sometimes the timing of one person who you are very close to going into spirit before you, no matter what the methodology they may have chosen, is an opportunity for you to stretch yourself to reconnect to them. So in other words, going into spirit is an invitation to you from her to reach for her. And that starts putting your attention more in the direction of the spiritual concepts that will actually assist you in life.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm here right now as well.
Yes. So by allowing yourself to know that she is still in existence, closer than you think, many of you are really only separated from the spirit realm by just about this much frequency. And in fact, it's actually closer than that. Let me inform you of something. This is how it works. Understand that in a sense, I'm just going to use these terms to make it an easy illustration. In a sense, spirit is your natural state. Physical reality is just a projection of consciousness. You never actually leave spirit to become physical. Your spirit doesn't leave the spirit realm and go into a physical body.
Right.
You are still in spirit right now with her. You've never left. Neither of you ever left spirit. You are just still dreaming that you've left. She's woken up from that dream. But you're both there. So she is interacting with you on a whole other level of yourself that is already in spirit. The more you raise your frequency to become more your version of the you that is always in spirit, the more sensitive your physical senses will be to being capable of communicating with her in spirit, because you are already there with her and have never left. So you will start being able to see through the dream of physical reality, which is one of the reasons she left before you did. Because you had an agreement that she would help you learn how to be more of yourself. And this is one of the ways in which she's helping you do that, by reminding you through us that you are both in spirit right now, and that you're only dreaming that you're not, and only dreaming that you're separated, which you're not.
Yeah, I have the intuition of that being true, and I feel that urge to reach to her.
Then do so and see what synchronicity brings you that will hone your senses so that in time you will actually know that you are communicating, and you will not feel that there is really any kind of a disconnect.
Did I attract this circumstance to myself?
You both agreed to it. You both agreed that this is how it would work, that this is what you would need at this point in your life to elevate you to another level. We understand that from the physical human perspective, it can at first feel painful and that you can miss the person. We understand the concept of your grief, and we're not invalidating it at all. We're simply saying you can take that energy and understand that it is the energy you're feeling of them. Many times when you grieve, when you miss them, when you cry at what you perceive to be their absence, the paradox is the reason you're feeling that is because they're actually with you. Do you understand? Many times when you remember them and you suddenly find yourself crying, that's actually your reaction to the fact that they're with you. because you're interpreting the fact that they're with you as they're not being with you. And that's why it goes into grief, instead of actually feeling their energy and going, oh, you're here. Do you understand? They are actually present with you when you're grieving.
Right.
That's what you're feeling, and that's why you grieve. You grieve because you sense their presence, except you're sensing it through a negative filter, a negative definition that they're not with you.
Yeah, I have a strong belief in life extension and quality of life extension. So
Yes,
I
yes,
imagined us living together for hundreds of years.
You will live together forever, just not always in the same plane of existence at the same time, but that doesn't mean you can't be in touch. Would you grieve as much if she simply had moved to a different city than you?
No, I was mad the last time I saw her. And I would have still been mad if I hadn't come to understand what happened to her after.
All right. But again, moving into spirit is no different than moving to a different city, that's all.
It feels a lot more permanent and separate.
And why does it feel that way? Because of what you've been taught to believe about the idea of the difference between physical and non-physical reality, when there isn't as much difference as you think.
Right. That's another tricky part of this is,
Yes.
this has been a long process by which over the last maybe 2 years, my life has
Yes.
changed dramatically.
Yes.
And she and I experienced a kind of mutual psychosis that left me searching for something. And
Yourself, most likely.
I think I stumbled upon more of myself along the way. I experienced a improbable and delicate chain of synchronicities that
Yes.
led me to a new career.
Yes.
Coincidentally, I'm also now playing poker professionally.
All right. Now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
And by the way, this question actually comes from her. Who do you think helped you do that? How about some credit where credit is due? You weren't alone in finding that path. She was with you and helped you. Turn here, look at that. Pay attention to this. Look at that synchronicity. She's been with you. She's never really left. I'm not saying spirits hang around waiting for you to call them. They have lives of their own. But she will always be with you when you need her to be. And it's easier for her to do that, again, in spirit, because space and time are not barriers there. So again, when you feel the grief, feel it. That's all right. Just understand that what you're feeling is actually the energy of her presence. And that when you are grieving and crying and missing her, you are processing her energy to help you understand that she's actually with you. If you actually start going fully through the grieving process, you will actually, at the end of the grieving process, when you finally let go of those definitions that are negative, you will actually be able to feel her very strongly. Yes?
I did feel in the original difficulty that we shared together that there was a way of understanding it that seemed very much like that she was beckoning me down some path that I didn't understand.
Yes. But again,
it's just so different than the concept of what I expected of my life to be.
Congratulations. Why would you want your life to be everything you expect it to be? How boring would that be? Well, I guess I know what's going to happen for the next 50 years. I might as well kill myself.
Yeah, but I could take some comfort in that. It's like this.
Can you really?
No.
Trust me, you won't. Trust me, you won't. You may think you will, but you won't. As soon as you become restless, you'll start looking for adventure. You'll start looking for a challenge. You'll know you're not growing. And as soon as you know you're not growing, you will feel like you're dying.
Yeah. I went through that.
And then you'll start living.
I wanted to die when I felt like I had put myself in a corner where my growth was no longer
Yes.
on the path that it could be the highest version of myself.
Many of you will do that. You will force yourselves into a corner, because when you're in the corner, there's nothing to do but turn around and see the way out. Now, again, if you're not given the tools to do that, you may actually take yourself out, because you can't know that you can turn around and see the way out. But you had enough understanding, and she also helped you understand that you could simply turn around once you were in the corner and find your way toward her, toward the light, in your own way. Yes? Because if you actually did take yourself out, trust me, when you arrived in spirit, she'd be standing there going, that wasn't the point. You missed the point. I was trying to give you an information to help you. You missed the point. Oh, well, let's move on. So don't miss the point that she's attempting to give you. Live. Live. Because there are many people who are physically alive who are dead inside. Don't be a zombie. Unless you wish to be.
Nah.
Just remember that a real zombie doesn't eat others. They eat themselves alive. Yes? Isn't that a lovely thought? Keep walking. Keep moving forward. You're fine. She's fine. You're working together still. Lighten up on yourself.
I know I need to lighten up on myself for sure.
Then just do it. There's no reason not to, except the ones you create.
Right.
That would be her message to you. Just do it. It'll be fine. Just do it. Trust her. Yes?
Just the way that I connected with whatever flow of whatever essential quality took me from being so low to this life path that I'm really pleased and excited by.
Yes.
It's such a contrast from making that transformation in myself as compared to now this
Yes.
difficulty that I have.
You don't have difficulty until you define that you do. There is no such thing as an inherently difficult situation.
Are you saying it would be possible for me to really be like completely okay and happy about this?
I am saying it is absolutely possible, and not only possible, but highly probable that you can be absolutely happy and okay about this. Because being okay and happy means you'll be experiencing the things that are reflective of your happiness. It's not that you're going to be happy about the way things are. It's that you're going to be happy about the way things will be when you let yourself get there. So you may not be in that state right now, but you can be in that state. And when you're in that state, things will be experienced differently that will be representative and reflective of the fact that you're happy. Yes?
Yeah, I find
You don't have to
solace-
believe it right now. Just keep walking toward it.
It's like every day I wake up.
Well,
and
that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Every day, wake up. That's enough. Just keep doing that. The things will come to you that you need to show you where your happiness lies. She's working with you. Let her in. Don't keep her at bay. Don't push her away. Don't be angry. Let her in. All right? That'll do.
Thanks.
Pleasant dreams.
Thank you.